go live. Instagram lets me do about an hour, so we'll just hang out on Instagram together for an hour. But if you want to catch the whole live stream in its entirety, the link is in my bio, and you can watch it on YouTube. And you can watch all sort of like the uninterrupted session from 12:30 to 2:30 today on YouTube, because Instagram does have a live stream limit. So yeah, just letting my Instagram followers know that. YouTube, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in up there. So today is going to be interesting, I think, because I have some notes. I don't have some notes. We'll get it all sorted out one way or another. Are you on or off? Maybe this is on. There we go. Okay, so we're back in the bunker. I can hear myself pretty good on the audio, better than I have been able to before. So I think we're pretty good there. Might scoot Instagram over today. Yeah, might get the green screen there. That looks pretty good. Yeah. So welcome to Creative Crunch. I'm your host, Curtis Tucker, and today we're going to be talking about things that are new on Instagram, like we always do. And we're going to talk about some polls that I did over the weekend. You guys know that every weekend on my Instagram at Curtis, I tend to feel out what people are thinking about that week, you know? This is really weird. Sorry, I'm getting like some massive echo feedback. Maybe this, but see, then I can't hear myself at all. This is how I hear myself. Okay, so maybe I'll do this and not rely on the GarageBand. Yeah, see, this sounds like normal. This is not relying on the GarageBand audio. This is pretty good. Okay. So, and then I have some like notes that we never got to last recording session. So I figured we would talk about those and kind of go over that. And I was going to talk about a little bit. What was I going to talk about? I have honestly no idea what we're going to talk about today. Oh yeah, I had some links because I know you guys are killing it on the Instagram story. So I have some links to talk about in regards to designing Instagram stories, because I really kind of came to the conclusion that this is more of like a typography exercise. So I pulled up some things to talk about typography and maybe how that can influence your story designs. And, you know, I came up with some other links for maybe like marketing a podcast. I really appreciate the initial wave of support around this, but it'd be nice to kind of break that barrier and get it out to some more people. So I've been thinking about that. And then we never got around to talking about active and passive income last time. So we have all of those notes, and I can talk about some of my passive income, or like what I'm trying to make my passive income and what I'm trying to make my active income as I build this thing and as we record, you know, multiple podcasts in a row. And yeah, then, you know, always YouTube. Like, I'm really interested in YouTube. I've been uploading more. I've been live streaming on YouTube instead of Facebook now. So I'm really trying to like get the watch minutes down between videos and live streams and see if I can qualify for monetization. So, you know, I think it would be interesting to unpack that and like what you have to do to get monetized on YouTube and sort of the amount of content that you do need to produce in 2018 for monetization on YouTube and how you earn money on YouTube. World's squeakiest chairs. And then if we get around to it today, I thought I would unpack how to become an expert and what I think it takes to become an expert and how I'm trying to become an expert. So we'll kind of maybe unpack that. And it really, again, it all centers around communication and that idea of communication and reframing this conversation that's usually been about like marketing and usually been about sort of advertising in those avenues, like reframing this around communication and what that looks like. And when you do start to communicate and when you change the way you communicate, it increases your credibility and sort of your expertise on the subject matter that you're commenting on, right? So I have a bunch of links for that, and I also have My Habits. Sick. So this is not working anymore on Instagram because somebody called me in the middle of it. Awesome. Great. No, don't save it. Don't share it. Discard that. Great. Wonderful. Awesome. Start live video. What's up, Instagram? I'm back. Somebody called me in the middle of that, and I don't really know how to deal with that. I don't really, so I'm just, here I am again. This is not going to be good for Instagram. I know it doesn't like it when you do more than multiple live streams in a day, but I guess we're just going to go with it. I guess people are finding it again. Yeah, so I just got kicked off because somebody called me, so we're back on Instagram. I was just kind of going over what we're going to talk about today, which is maybe like, I don't know, I'm really interested in this like communication stuff, obviously, so we might unpack that. And then kind of like let you know what's going on in the world. Yeah, so let's kind of do some more intro stuff just so I have some fluff for that. A quick shout out to everyone watching on the live streams. You can tune in every Monday from 12:30 to 2:30 Mountain Standard Time on YouTube, and I do the first hour on Instagram. You can also tweet me at Curtis_podcast. If you're listening on anchor.fm/Creative Crunch, you can submit audio messages and you might get featured in a future episode. I take questions, comments, concerns, hopes, dreams, anything. It just has to be about a minute. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts and you like what you hear, please leave a review. It really helps. All right, and just letting you know that Creative Crunch is available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and several other platforms. So tell your friends to tune in wherever they listen. I am going to be rolling out a lot more YouTube content, sort of making video highlights, little 10-minute clips from each recording session. I think people will really enjoy that, and I think it'll be a nice complement to the longer live streams. You'll be able to watch highlights from that. So thanks to everyone tuning in on the Instagram live streams right now. Let's just kind of go into our regular segments, which is checking stock value and crypto value. I'm going to keep saying this. I think it's just like another indicator. And, usually I'm more of an emotional toucher, feeler, kind of gut reaction kind of thing. And so just like having stock values and having cryptocurrency, I think is a good balance for that. So Alphabet Inc., which is Google's parent company, is in the green and has been for quite a while now. It looks like Facebook's in the green, and who else is doing pretty good? No one else really. A small negative shift in Twitter. Their stock value is still at like 43. Yeah, so that's, again, interesting. And like, I can't believe that Zynga, that Facebook game company, gets listed. But okay. So the stocks are doing pretty good. And that's kind of all I really want to talk about for that. I don't want to get caught up in that last time like we did. Let's talk about crypto. Bitcoin's doing good. Ooh, everything else has started to dip down. Ooh, that's not good. Danielle, my coworker, showed me that Dogecoin is now tradable on Robinhood. So I think that's kind of funny because we were just joking about that, but it's interesting to see that. And it's still interesting to see that Bitcoin is holding strong with every other cryptocurrency dipping down. I did an Instagram poll because I chose to get a Cash Card. So a Cash Card is linked to, if you don't know, is linked to the Cash App, which is kind of like the new PayPal, Venmo, just like, pay as you go kind of app sort of thing where you can just split a pizza with friends over an app, sending each other emojis. So Cash App is sort of the new of that. But what I like about Cash App is that like I can get this Cash Card. I can get this Cash Card, which is laser engraved with my signature and I think like a slice of pizza or something weird like that on the front. And then you can invest in Bitcoin with your cash money. So I'm interested in maybe like taking donations for photography sessions and things like that, and like investing in Bitcoin and seeing how that goes, and having like a crypto portfolio in my 20s would be really interesting to see how that ages over time. And if it's just small amounts from like a side hustle, I think it'll be interesting to see how that adds up and what that can turn into, and just kind of to keep a pulse on it. And it's interesting to think, what's the creative future of crypto, and how does that leak into creative industries? Would a gallery start accepting crypto as payment for art? Again, I had a coworker who listed a piece as one Bitcoin. So it's interesting to like see that, and like see what kind of economic experiments could come from that. Because now you really do have a true alternative to rejecting maybe like the financial systems or the currencies in place in your market. And you could do a show exclusively in crypto, I guess, which would be interesting. Work out the details of that. I think that would be interesting to see. What do you do? Do you take it at market value, kind of like how you do seafood or things like that? Or do you set it at a certain price and do the trade rate that way? So it's just interesting. I didn't really want to spend a lot of time on those, because now that I'm looking at my notes that we didn't get to last recording session, I'm kind of intrigued about this communication conversation. Okay, this is all old. Okay. Where are these communication notes? Okay. All right, well, making notes is really saving me today, so we're just going to rock with that, because I didn't really know what we were going to talk about coming into this. All right. So we were going to talk a little bit about communication and communicating as a creative person. And I pulled up this thing from, that's not it. Oh yeah. Okay, so I pulled up this thing from helpguide.org, and it was just like, it's just a pretty basic read on how to improve your communication. But I really did enjoy it, and I think it sums up a lot of my personal habits and what I try to tend to do in group conversations and just like in meetings in general, and like throughout my life. It really works anywhere, right? Because we're talking about basic communication practices here. We're talking about things like engaged listening, nonverbal communication, and really like unpacking that means like being able to see someone's nonverbal communication and like what they're communicating, and like beyond that, now what I'm trying to work on is like what I'm communicating with my body nonverbally, so things like that. And then managing stress in the moment and really like not letting that get the best of you, and then asserting yourself in a respectful way, right? Like self-advocacy is huge. So I think those are kind of just some basic communication things that you can really do in your creative practices and with any relationship, to kind of just focus a little bit better and communicate a little bit better. Yeah. So definitely, I agree with this helpguide.org thing where it says to, become an engaged listener, and to really practice that skill set, like really practice engaged listening over talking, and over like really thinking about what you want to say next, or thinking about what your next contribution to the conversation is. You really have to take a moment and pause and really like listen, like truly listen. And what that means is you are like focused on whoever is speaking, right? And you're really just checking into them and like making eye contact and leaning in and being a positive communicator. And this suggests favoring your right ear. I don't know if that's true for me because I'm left-handed. But that's an interesting thing that they point out is like lean, and I guess I kind of do lean in with my right ear or my left ear. I try to pick an ear and I like physically I lean in and I'm trying to listen to the person. That really helps you, because then you can kind of lock in, you can get the eye contact with a little bit of head tilt, and you can listen with just like that right ear, as this article is suggesting. For me, I guess it kind of goes back and forth because my the wiring is all messed up. But I guess for most people, you would just want to favor your right ear, kind of lean into that conversation. And yeah, seriously, like avoid interrupting, avoid thinking about the next thing that you want to say, avoid thinking about your next contribution. Really just think about what they are saying and really like pick apart the words, try to meditate on them and really engage and pick up on themes. They're clearly trying to talk to you about something and communicate something. So what is that, right? That should be your goal, is to really pick apart why this person wanted to have the conversation or why they're bringing this contribution up, not necessarily what you have to say, right? You should have premeditated on that, right? You should have your notes, you should have your little list in your brain or in your notepad, so you know what you're going to say. There shouldn't be any reason to interject if you've done your job of kind of meditate and bring what you can into this meeting. And just, again, lean in and be active about it. Yeah, set aside any judgment and really provide feedback. One thing that really challenges me is I kind of go into problem solving mode immediately. And so just like in providing feedback, just know that like it's not your job as the listener to like come to the conclusion and like solve the problem, but maybe it's more about just being the sounding board and being something that hears and is active, because you don't want to be someone who just talks to yourself in your room. Like really, sometimes you do need to hear another person's perspective on these things, and just to like hear it and say it out loud and know that ears are listening to you is really great, and is honestly, to me, is providing feedback. So you don't really have to get all caught up in solving the problem right there. I know I have a challenge with that, but like this meditation of like podcasting and creating content is really getting me to like just like slow down and like realize I don't have to like provide all the answers immediately, but we can work things through together and we can really talk about these things and sort them out and then like learn and grow together, right? I don't have to come in as the problem solver. I just have to be the facilitator of these conversations. And by doing that and by being the soundboard and creating the content that way, that's the feedback, right? Like I don't need to tell everyone how to run their Instagram, because honestly, like only certain things work for certain people. So you have to like just come to terms with that and just know that it's not your job to solve the problems all the time. When someone wants to communicate with you, sometimes they just need a sounding board and they just need, more of an empathetic, passive thing to hear their problems out, right? Now, the big thing that I'm good at, I think I kind of pride myself in, is like nonverbal signals. I'm clueless in other regards, but really like nonverbal in the moment with a person, I can kind of, I get what you're really trying to say, right? Like I know what your body is communicating, and sometimes your words don't match up to that. And so I think I've always kind of prided myself in like what my gut says about someone else's nonverbal communication. And then the thing that I've been working on is like, what does my body say? Like I tend to try to lean in. I tend to take like a lot of these cues that this help guide is suggesting, which is like leaning in and being an active listener and doing eye contact. But really, like you can tell when I'm disengaged. Like I can switch it off pretty easily and just kind of go off into my own world. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing either. And I think especially for people in the creative field, like you both give off a lot of nonverbal cues and are receptive to what nonverbal cues are. So I think that's one that really, whether you realize it or not, you probably are already doing it if you're in the creative fields and you're practicing your creativity on a regular basis. Like, you start to see things a little differently, and one of those things is nonverbal cues. You start to pick up on how much people communicate with their bodies, instead of their words, right? Like, and when you start practicing creativity on a regular basis, I think you're also more empathetic to the energies and the auras of a room, right? Like, when you walk in, you can really feel the energy of a room, and you can really feel the aura of a room, when you are practicing and you are engaged in creative things on a daily basis. And yeah, just like lastly, like, I think the biggest thing to take away from this help guide is like compromise, back to not providing the solutions. Like, don't think that whatever you've come up with is the answer. Like, know that there's probably going to be a compromise involved, and just know that, like, you've got to come in with that as a mindset. And I think we talked a little bit about this in my HR class for like negotiations and job interviews and things like that. You have your dreams and you have like your reach and what you really want to do with life, and like maybe like what you have for that negotiation or that proposal or the lease agreement or whatever you're working on creatively. Like, you have these huge lofty goals, but it's also important to come in with like halfway. Like, what's your 50%? What are the little things inside of that giant lofty goal and vision that you can compromise on, that like, aren't as important? Like, do the beanbags have to be orange? Is that super important, or is it not? Like, you have to unpack this lofty vision and really think about what can you compromise on. And I think that also works on an interpersonal level too, right? If it's going to be this intimate conversation, or it's going to be a small group, or it's an interview, you've got what you want in mind and what your goals are for the conversation, but what are your compromises? Like, what can you still compromise on and walk away with, and knowing that you feel really good about the conversation? And I think that's something important, again, to like premeditate on and like take time to think about, like, what can you compromise on in this conversation? What are the little things inside of your lofty goal that are really going to help you out with that? So I think that kind of wraps up that. My personal habits, again, are really actively listening, trying to be engaged in what the other person is saying. And I tend to try to shut up as much as I can and really just be the closer in a lot of conversations. I tend to be the one who says, I hear you saying, what is the compromise that we can come up to? I tend to try to meditate and reflect on things. I think it is really important to think about how conversations could go, how they should go, what's the worst disaster, what's the best disaster. So I think it's important to kind of do that, and do it before you have a conversation and do it after you have a conversation. Do it before your art opening and do it after your art opening. Do it before your craft fair or after your craft fair, right? Like, do it before you start the painting and after you start the painting, right? And like, even break it down. I think it's very, 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 very important to meditate and reflect before you engage in your creative practice for the day, right? Whatever it is, do it with intent. And I try to do that as much as I can with these recording sessions when I'm packing the backpack. And I try to do it on the drive here with like setting the tone with like music and things like that. And so I really try to set the environment for a productive podcasting session and recording session, regardless of my personal emotions for the day and regardless of what I'm feeling. So those are kind of my habits around communication and my suggestions around communication. I think we're going to take a little bit of a break here and move on to, excuse me, gosh, I always ruin it. Okay, so those are my thoughts on communication and sort of my personal habits. Just be an active listener and reflect is kind of my two big takeaways from that. So I'm going to take a bit of a break here, maybe play some music for you guys or a nice little interlude, and then we're going to jump on to the next section. Do, 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 do. All right, welcome back to Creative Crunch. I hope you enjoyed that little break. I've been trying to structure the podcast a little bit differently, sprinkle some other things in, take some breaks. Because I know listening to one voice for 40 minutes straight can be a little much. And I've gotten the feedback that I do talk quite fast. Yeah, but I'm going to be talking about the same things over and over again. So if you miss it one week, don't worry, you'll get it another week. Or if you miss it in the podcast, go look for the highlight reviews, watch the YouTube stream, something like that. I'll be going over the same things over and over again, right? Like rhetorically, I'm trying to develop the same points. If you've been listening since the beginning, I think hopefully that's at least the one thing that you pick up on is like I've been trying to structure it with these segments, and I've been trying to talk about like consistently talking about Instagram and my adventures on like YouTube now, and I really want to push that into conversations about Twitch, and trying to like just like diversify these things but move them forward. But I wanted to get into the bulk of today's episode, which is like I'm out of a job. Yay, and slightly terrifying. So if you know me and you know what I've been up to since I was at Metro for the past 2 years, MSU Denver, since I was studying at MSU Denver for the past 2 years, I got a job at the Center for Visual Art, which is MSU Denver's off-campus art gallery on Santa Fe Drive. And I was the marketing assistant for 2 years. And according to policies there, I was allowed to stay on one semester after I graduated. So graduating in May, that makes the summer semester the semester after, which is baloney because it's really not that long. It's only till the end of July, which is next week. Yeah, slightly terrified, slightly excited because I started this journey, which is nice. So I've been content creating, but I am like nowhere near YouTube's barriers for monetization in the math that I've done. So that's why I've moved live streams over here, and that's why I'm trying to make more and more video highlights. And I've been like brainstorming about how to raise a little bit of capital around that, because with like a beefy computer, I really think I could do Twitch streaming consistently from my house, and I could make my bedroom like into a little studio very easily. So yeah, until that, obviously takes off, and like until the podcast has sponsors, and until the videos have sponsors and things like that, I'm still pursuing work. And so my degree is in arts industry administration, which is kind of a wide scope of things. I can work obviously in marketing and content creation, and I really would just want to do it in the arts industry. And that does not just include art galleries. I would love to work for a theater, for a live music venue, whatever it is, kind of just doing marketing and content creation and some like project management kind of stuff. The thing is like I'm able to hold the camera and press record and like set the equipment up, but I also have the skills and the education to do the planning around it. I can set up interviews, I can send emails, I can do spreadsheets, all that kind of like boring project management stuff I actually find quite exciting. I love seeing something on the computer, like a shared Google Doc, turn into a video. For me, that's very exciting. So I've been reaching out to a couple Facebook friends. Well, one, honestly, that I have who works in the industry. There is another person, but I don't know them quite well, but I still might reach out to them and see what they can help me with. Because I would love to kind of just get into video production. I don't know if this is true, but I've kind of dreamed up that it's going to give me autonomy and that I'm going to be able to be a part of like a highly productive, highly motivated team that's like down to like work long days, but capture a lot of great content, tell a lot of great stories. And I don't really have like a formal education in all of this video stuff. So I would love to just like work and like be around that and like learn more about my camera and other equipment and things like that. I would love to learn more about like cinematography and how I could better be telling stories. Because right now, like if I have 2 vlogs and they're basically just like all the clips lined up, and that's kind of like the narrative for the day, right? Like beginning to end, however the day happened, that's the story. And so I really think it's interesting how like Casey Neistat is able to create narratives, find narratives within his day, and like spend time doing that. Yeah, so I'm unemployed. I'm a little bit scared about it, but I'm a little bit excited and I'm on the cusp, but I really don't know what to do. So any thoughts, feedbacks, hopes, concerns, whatever you have around this, like if you could just reach out to me, let me know your thoughts and experiences around these like times of transition, because I don't do too great with it. I'm working on that too. But yeah, I don't do too hot with like transitioning and things like that. And I knew it was coming right from the second I got employed at CVA. That's all it is like you leave. I just think that I didn't really do a good job of like prepping myself for this. And I kind of bought into one fantasy over another. And I really thought one thing was going to pan out and it didn't. So we're here now and we're learning. So what's going on? Oh, I can record for 13 more minutes. Let's do it. Okay, put that back. Hopefully the angles match up. No, they don't. I can tell you that right now. Okay. Yeah, there's just like a window in the door that I'm trying to avoid that you can see on everything else. So I'm at least trying not to have that in the video highlights and have this green screen, which isn't on. Okay, hold on. That's nice. There. I think that'll make it better. Wow, that does not look good at all. Whatever that's doing is not good. The frame rate must be messed up with the footage. Okay, so that's like the whole dilemma I'm having. So I thought today we could fix my LinkedIn page because it's a mess and I really want to start putting a lot of this content on LinkedIn. Much like Twitter, I don't think a lot of people in the creative industries use it, or at least in my circles really use it that effectively. So I'm going to spend some time on it today, and we're just going to kind of like see what it looks like, because it probably looks like a disaster. Yeah, this is bad. Oh yeah, this is bad. So I have like a letterpress header. I have this really old picture of myself, and it's like from the back, which is not good. Yeah, we gotta fix that. I've been thinking of using the pictures that Taryn took of me. I have a hat on and my glasses are a little dark and I'm on a t-shirt, but I think it's a huge improvement over the LinkedIn picture I have right now. Managing consultant. Okay, yeah, this has got to get changed. This is when I had the fantasy that I was like a consultant and I was worth all of this money. Yeah, that cost me a couple relationships. So the current philosophy is to do a lot of work for free. If you need photos or videos taken, or you need someone to help you run cameras or do live streams or get things off the ground, or you just want to chat about strategy because you're trying to do what I'm doing, let's get at each other and let's make some stuff together. So I know the pictures that Taryn took of me are on my drive. Taryn's Instagram is @by_Taryn, TARYN. Highly recommend you check them out. And I think you can do DM to shoot with them, which is pretty cool. You can get some pictures taken. Okay. Participation points. Da, da, da. Maybe they're not on here. That's not good. Ah, here we go. So Taryn did an amazing job taking pictures of me out and about, and I think what's cool is like some of them I have my camera in my hand. So I think we're gonna maybe turn that into a header. But I like this one, and she's kind of, yeah, she shopped the tintedness out of my transitions. So what is going on here? I'm having a rough day with the headphones today. So can I just download this? So I'm just going to download this. And I also like this one where I kind of am at a 45-degree angle, taking a picture. Oh, shout out to Lana and Joe Max on the live stream real quick. Those guys have been supporting me from day one. They let me hop behind the counter and make a video totally for free, right? Like, I just wanted to do it. Like this, it annoys me when I can see my camera just sitting on a shelf, like in a bag, like not doing anything. And like, I'm not doing anything. And so like, Lana really supported me and really like gave me the opportunity to jump behind the counter. Their coffee is amazing. Their non-coffee drinks are actually even like the best. I want crepe cake now. Thanks. Gosh. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if I downloaded this already, but now we've got both of them. Okay, so we're going back to my LinkedIn profile because this is a mess. So this photo was from like Dateline, which means it's like 2 years old, which is not good. Delete photo or change photo. Okay, change photo. Downloads. Do it in order, please. Yep. Nice picture that Taryn took. This is such a nice photo that Taryn took, right? Good angles, the light's hitting my face. She did just a little bit of Photoshop work to pull the tinting out of my transition glasses. Please work. She's a professional photographer. I know the file's big. I'm going to update that. And then like I have a letterpress header right now. So I might like shop that other image if it doesn't quite fit in and maybe like make like a little montage of me taking photos. And then I think I'm going to upload some of the photos that I've been taking on here. I did that on Facebook the other night. I just like dumped a bunch of photos on, and I think I'm going to try to continue to do that. Can I have my camera face track? I'm going to be peeved if this whole thing is just like out of focus. I'm just having a rough day, folks. If you can't tell, I'm not dealing with being unemployed next week very well. I got 3 days left as the marketing assistant at the gallery, and then I'm just kind of looking for other things to do. LinkedIn doesn't want to upload my profile picture. I really am interested in like video production, so I'm just trying to polish this up, but it just doesn't want to upload at all. Oh, there we go. Forcibly clicking buttons on LinkedIn was getting it to load. Okay. Can you zoom? Not so much. Okay, now the widget's not even working. That's awesome. Okay, so it went and it didn't do anything. Okay, no, that's good. Okay, illuminate? No. Maybe Taryn already filtered this? Because I want you to like see my face, right? That's the whole point of LinkedIn. Illuminate versus the original. Illuminate. Original. I like illuminate just a little bit. Okay, zoom, not so much. Just a little out. Yeah. So I can scoot. Oh, but I can't get me centered that way. We're going to have to rule of thirds it. We're going to have to use the rule of thirds, folks. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. My eye is just about hitting the little marker. grid line inside the bubble. This is already making me feel better, right? Like one little updated profile picture is making me feel better. So I wonder if this will work straight out of the download or if I'm going to have to Photoshop this other photo of me taking a picture. It looks like it might be better if it was mirrored the other way, but then that just might make the whole thing look weird. Oh, no, this is actually pretty good. Okay. I'll get me in the thing without my goofy hat being pushed up. Okay, I think that's actually pretty good. So now you'll see me in the same outfit on the header and in the same outfit in the profile picture, which I think is kind of like a design nerd kind of thing. I really like that it's like the same outfit in both of those, like linked up like that. So I think that'll be a lot better. Now you can like see my face. It's much more current. It's like with me like rocking the stubble, which is just kind of my thing, along with my new haircut by Carly Jewel Hair. Thank you very much, Carly. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And like my arm has got a nice little highlight on it, which kind of leads into the profile picture. So yeah, thank you, Taryn, for doing that. Getting my LinkedIn all set up now. That looks a lot better. Headline. I'm not a management consultant anymore. I like the verbs content creator. Ladybird, thanks for joining. Your episode's coming out on Wednesday now. I did a little Instagram poll, and like Monday, a lot is going on. So Wednesday, the episode is coming out about the Art Institute, featuring Ladybird Galleries interview, which is like phenomenal. And we're just keeping tabs on that whole situation as everything changes. So yeah, I am no longer a management consultant, and I really hate the word specializing. So does anyone in the live stream have a better idea of what I am? I tend to say like content creator now. Is that too trendy? I don't know. I like it. Content creator. Or wait, is your LinkedIn headline supposed to be fun? What's your LinkedIn headline even supposed to be? Like, what's a good LinkedIn headline? LinkedIn headline. Is anybody talking about this? Ooh, LinkedIn.com. How to turn your headline from blah to memorable. Content glue. Making things stick. Ever tried to pat yourself on the back? Awkward, right? Oh, Anna Hoffman. This is going to be a good read. Okay, so this is just like the general LinkedIn thing. Okay. So, my LinkedIn headline appears right under my name. Okay. Maybe I'm going to spy on some of you guys and see what your LinkedIn's look like. Go digging around on all these, like, because you know how everybody's just endorsing skills and ish like that? Like, maybe I'll just go and see what your guys' headlines look like. Okay. Your headline is 1 to 3 lines underneath your name. You have 120 characters, including space for your headline. Don't just describe who you are and what you do. Write a headline that contains a brief to the viewer. Use keywords that might use when needing your services. Okay. So using keywords that they need when your services. Okay. So like content creator, videographer, photographer. What else are some good ones? Goofball. I guess consultant, but I don't know about that. I'm really interested in like inspire, motivate. I think motivate is a better one. So it's like, let's try this. Let's draft this real quick. So like, here's where my brain is going for my LinkedIn headline. Motivate creative professionals, not people, professionals. I motivate creative professionals to be better through content creation and consultation. How does that sound? That sounds pretty good. I motivate creative professionals to be better through content creation and consultation. I motivate creative professionals to be better through content creation and consultation. And I'm going to say project management instead of consultation. It'll turn into consultation when your boy's a lot older and can cash in on all these podcasts and YouTube videos. How about that? I'll make that deal with myself right now, recording it on several things. I can be a consultant after I've been a project manager for a while. How about that? Project management. I want to have like a catchphrase or something. I motivate creative professionals to be better through content creation and project management. Let's turn that talk. I turn talk into equity. I turn talk into legacy. I build brands. What do I do? Let's take a break, and I'm going to figure out what I do. Okay? And you should help me out too. What do I do? I motivate creative professionals to be better through content creation and project management. More of this when we get back. Okay, what just happened here? Card full. Camera's full. Okay, so pop this off. What time is it? It's a little after 1. And I still don't have an Instagram timer? Okay, that should be coming up soon. Card 2. I guess it's rude to probably leave your live stream, but I don't really care. It's probably good, honestly. Okay, use this to show. This. Okay. All right. Okay, get the window out there. Yeah, see, it says I'm a tad underexposed. Looks like 3 is good. Okay. I don't know why it's not doing face tracking. Okay. All right, it says it's doing it. I don't believe it, but I guess we'll see in the playback. Okay. I'm very surprised I have not lost a GoPro thingy yet. Okay, so we're back, and we're thinking about our headline because LinkedIn is like, yo, it's pretty important. It shows up right under what you do. Use commas or vertical bars to separate your phrases. Ooh, I suggest avoiding symbols, okay? Never use all uppercase. So what? Okay, so they're recommending when you first create your account, your current job title. Okay. Right. So originally, when you sign up for LinkedIn, it just auto-populates with your job title and whatever you're doing, right? So you have to get that changed, obviously, and there's a very bad tactic. Right. So this is interesting because this is where my brain went, right? So it says social media consultant. So what? Like, who cares? Like, why does it matter that you are a social media consultant? Okay, so what's my so what? I motivate professionals to be better through content creation and project management. I practice so you can preach. I really like that. Ugh. I'm not having a good day. I practice. Let's do some Gary V talk because maybe that'll draw. I spend SPE. I spend time in the dirt so you can stay in the clouds. Minus 30 characters. Jeez. How do they expect people to do this? Can I do like an @ symbol? Okay. I motivate creative professionals through content creation. Okay. So I think this will work for the time being. I motivate creative professionals through content creation. I spend time in the dirt so you can stay in the clouds. Yeah, a little bit of Gary V talk to attract that. Maybe if you're familiar with dirt and clouds, you'll pick up on that. Yeah, current position. Sure. Metropolitan State University. Yes, yes. Yes, industry. Change this. The last time this was updated, I had a fantasy about being a management consultant. So we'll see how that changes now. Hey, that's nice. GoPro up there and it's not even in the live stream. Okay. So is content an option? Choose an industry. Content. Commercial. Doesn't look like it. LM. Customer design. Video. Photography. Okay. Photography. I'll take that. I'll take it. Okay. Let's read this. This will be interesting. So this was my summary. Again, I must have written this when I had the fantasy of being a consultant. As a recent graduate of MSU Denver with an IDP in Arts Industry Administration, I have built on my skills as a designer to include management, organizational behavior, and diversity skills pertaining to the visual and performing arts. Okay. I provide unique insight and solutions to marketing and communication issues within any organization. Thinking like an artist allows me to be creative and inquisitive. Close. So I think it starts off good, but I don't think it ends so hot. Yeah, do you agree? Let me know in the comments. Send me an audio message on Anchor. Let me know what you think about that. I think that's kind of close to all the time we have for today, which seems really weird. But 55 minutes, though. So I got to edit it down. Okay. All right. Well, we didn't get really far into editing my LinkedIn in today's episode, but we did talk about communication and some other things. So I'll probably continue updating my LinkedIn and kind of poking around and looking for tips on the next episode. Thanks so much for tuning in to Creative Crunch. Again, my name is Curtis Tucker. You can find me on Instagram at Curtis, or Twitter at Curtis_podcast if you want to talk about something that you heard on the podcast. That's the place to do it. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, again, please leave a review if you like what you heard. If you didn't like what you heard, be constructive about it, but you're more than welcome to leave less than 5 stars. That won't hurt my feelings. And, tune in next week. I do live streams. Tune in next week. I do live streams on my Instagram and on YouTube. The link is always in the bio or around, so you can find those pretty easily. Yeah, have a great day, and thanks for listening to another episode of Creative Crunch. I'm having all sorts of headphone problems. Stop recording. File. No, it's always export song to disk. Just do it on the desktop. Export. It bounces it as an. Oh, I think I just did it as an 8. Oh, whatever. I don't care. Okay, I'm going to respond to that later. Really surprised I haven't gotten the timer on Instagram yet to close that down. And this is like not even good video content either. What am I doing with my life? I don't know. Nice. I had a misspelling in that. Nice. Pertaining to the visual and performing arts. Okay, I like that. As a recent graduate of MSU Denver with an IDP in Arts Industry Administration, I have built on my skills as a graphic designer to include, I've built on my education as a graphic designer to include management skills pertaining to the visual and performing arts. passionate about creating. I'm passionate about creating content and leading marketing campaigns. Sure. I like that. Okay. This is still bouncing? Oh, it just finished. Thank God. Now it's normalizing. PDFs, PowerPoints, most text files, JPEGs. No video, though. What the hell? Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Do 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 do. I don't even know why I'm still streaming. Just you gotta get in the time, right? Gotta get it in. Gotta get it in. Get it in. I hope it's still doing the photo and the video. Yeah. Narrow. Ooh, jeez. Okay, now this battery's dead. Awesome. Okay. File. New. Save. Oh, no. File. Live on the wild side. I'm not saving the GarageBand projects this time. Hopefully it doesn't kick me in the tushy. Okay. Not good video at all. Gonna have to make this a time lapse or something. Oh. Got another hour. Come on. There's like a really easy way to get it in, and then every other way is really hard. There we go. Turn it on. Full battery. Touch the screen. Video plus photo. Interval of 30 seconds is good. That'll give me more. Can we go? What's the highest resolution we can go? We can go a little bit higher. Oh, but then we can only go 24 frames. Okay. Let's just stick it at 1080p. I guess that's fine. Field of view, wide. Medium is usually good. Exit. Yeah, medium is usually good. All right, so I've got 2 minutes left on the Instagram stream. I want to thank everyone who tuned in today. It'll get turned into video highlights, some Instagram TV highlights at some point. I'm just on a bed of content, and I'm a one-person production studio. So bear with me. I'm going to move the mobile stream over to Twitter. If you follow me at Curtis_podcast, you can catch that there. Or you can push the link in my bio right here on Instagram to go watch it on YouTube. Thanks so much for tuning in. Y'all have a great day. I'm going to keep it up and hopefully get another episode cranked out before my time is up at 3. Everything sucks today. Everything's not fun. Bye, Instagram. Okay, whatever. Just trying to get all sorts of fun stuff. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Creative Crunch. Actually, this is a brand new episode, but I think I can say that. Yeah. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Creative Crunch. In today's episode, we're going to keep talking about LinkedIn and, my joblessness and my unemployment, I should say, my unemployment. Yep, we're going to talk about my unemployment. Doesn't that sound exciting? So last episode, I got started on updating my LinkedIn right before everything kind of shut down at the end of the hour, and I reframed communication a little bit. So that's what we talked about last time. So this time I would like to be a little grumpy about the fact that LinkedIn supports a whole host of files for your profile except any kind of video format. There's like no video format that is uploadable. Wonder what I'm going to do about that. I wonder what the workaround for that is. Really quickly, I just wanted to talk about an interesting tweet from Anchor that I saw today. We get asked all the time how Anchor can possibly be free for podcasters. Our CTO explains here why we're free and why our plans are and what our plans are for the future, right? So let's pull this open. This is a Medium article, it looks like. Why you should never pay for podcast hosting. Okay. So there's really no need for podcasters to pay for hosting with cloud-based services, I think is what they're saying. He's a co-founder. Okay, so what's his name? Nir Zickerman. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So he's a co-founder of Anchor, and I'll probably read this. But I think an interesting pull quote here is, for almost every single podcast Anchor hosts, the cost is less than 10 cents per month. And that means hosting your podcast for an entire year cost Anchor around $1. If Anchor were to charge you $10 per month for file storage and basic analytics, we would either be grossly exaggerating our costs or grossly overpaying our vendors. That's why I've always loved Anchor, is because it's free. They really helped me with all of the distribution. So it was really nice to see that. And I think another interesting point here is it says that very soon Anchor will roll out a suite of rich monetization features unlike anything that has ever existed in podcasting. All podcasting, from those with massive followings to those who are just starting out, me, will be able to make money off of their work. Anchor will share in the revenue in the way that will always be transparent, fair to the creator, and competitive in the market. That makes me so happy. I'm not trying to be selfish or anything, or I'm not trying to say that my goal is to make money off of this, but just the fact that a social media network and a podcasting platform has made the commitment publicly right here that monetization is going to happen in one form or another, I think is pretty fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to that and seeing what that looks like when it gets rolled out. There will probably be monetization on Creative Crunch, but that's a nice break for my voice, right? And I got bills to pay. I would just like to cover costs. It's not like I'm trying to make a mass fortune off of this, but I think breaking even is the current goal, right? If this could really just, if I could just balance everything out and just cover costs, that would be so nice, right? So that's a nice little interesting read. But let's kind of get back into LinkedIn here. Just gonna fire up what's happening. Updating my LinkedIn and trying to find a job. Join in the search. Oh, it's all blue. I can't see the cursor. All right, whatever. Nobody watches on this anyway. Hi, Twitter, as I say that. Okay, so I'm just kind of griping about how LinkedIn doesn't let me host video files. But let's see if I have any photos ready to go. That could be good. So, oh, I don't have my external hard drive, so we can't do that. Yikes. Yikes. That blows. Oh, I totally forgot that I have those Anchor videos. When you record on Anchor, it can translate it into really cool videos. But my audio sounds terrible when I do that. So, it is what it is. So it looks like I need to upload some photos on there, or, oh, I can do a link? That's how you do video, fam. Okay. To a file or a video. Okay, so let's go to my YouTube. The Joe Max video did really well, so I think I'll probably put that on there. I might put a vlog on there. Yeah, I gotta get that figured out. I feel crooked. Maybe I was crooked the whole time. Yeah, so that's how you upload video to LinkedIn, is you got to do it as a link. Okay, so we go to my channel, and we're going to go to my videos. And, oh yeah, I think okay, the Zine Fest one could be good. So I think I've got, I'll probably put 3 videos on there. Share. So we'll put that on LinkedIn. We'll put the Zine Fest one, and maybe we'll put a vlog on there. So now I'm not so hurt about that. So I can go like this, and I can go add. Joe Max Coffee Co. In this video, I jump behind the counter to capture the... Okay, so it pulls it. I'll take it. Apply. Okay, and then what else can we put in there? We'll put the Zine Fest one. Add. Yep, okay. We'll just trim this because it doesn't let you have really long captions on LinkedIn. Okay, and then one more I think would be good, right? What else could I do? Oh, Taryn's studio visit got some good views. Let's put that one out in the world. Okay, we overcame that obstacle. Link. Add. Okay. And we'll trim this again. Apply. Okay, so now it looks like I've got 3 videos up on my LinkedIn from my YouTube, which is pretty cool. So I've got the studio visit from Taryn, which is a series I really want to expand on and do more studio visits with artists in the Denver metro area. So if you're interested in that, just leave me a message on Anchor or tweet me at Curtis_podcast. I'd love to visit your creative space, whatever that looks like, and do a little video for you, completely free. I'm just trying to get my name out there, just trying to get some branding. And then another video I included was the Denver Zine Fest highlight that I made. I think it's a little bit more production quality, like the production quality is a little bit better on that one. And then the Joe Max Coffee video, which has a ton of views. And I just want to continue having people see that. So we'll have those uploaded there. And then when I have my external hard drive plugged into my laptop, I will do that. And I will upload some photos. I still can't figure out like what category I belong in. I was doing this stinks about like when you're like a little, I don't know, I feel like I'm a little bit ahead of the curve because I'm just trying to like be me. And like yourself is not like an option. What is online media? What's online media? Online media industry? Close Terran's video. Online media industry. What is that defined as? Define it. Nobody's defining it. I don't want hype around it. Define. So I guess this is it, right? Like the digital, yeah, I guess this would be it. Okay, where did that go? Was it online? What was it? Online media? I guess that's me, right? Online media. I guess that's me. It's that or photography? Was that the option? Performing arts, photography. Yeah, I guess we'll just go with that. Is videography an option? No. So I guess we have to go with photography for now. It's photography or online media, but I guess it's photography. I only like to do the online media stuff if the person asks for it. Like if the person is like, okay, well, what do I do with this video? Then I guess I help them out and I figure out how to get the video out there. But I'm not doing online media. Okay, so I guess we'll just go with photographer right now. I don't really know what I am, right? Like I guess I need to like read my IDP essay again. Like since I wrote that, I guess I should just read that. GoPro, get all those sick angles. All right, so I guess we'll save that. What is this? Okay. Add profile section. What should I be? Oh yeah, education. School. What? This is already all filled out. LinkedIn. What is going on? I don't know if I like this. Okay, I could definitely have more videos. I don't get what this is. Oh, I can get advice? Let's do this. In my region? I don't really have a yeah, in my region. So I'm doing something on LinkedIn. It looks like I can get advice somehow. So, job function, marketing, industry sector, arts. Yeah. Okay, this is good. I'd like to get advice on starting as a photographer / videographer who also enjoys social media and project management. I would love to work for a video / content creation, content production company. I want to be the people I watch on YouTube. Right? What's the worst that can happen from asking for some advice? So I said, I'd like to get on advice on starting as a photographer, videographer who also enjoys social media and project management. I would love to work for a video/content production company, and I want to be the people I watch on YouTube, right? Agree and finish. Okay. So now it's connecting me with a bunch of random people whose profiles aren't even filled out. What do I even do with this? 6 days left. This isn't advice. What do I do? Whatever. I don't even know, like, what I'm supposed to do here. Yeah, it's just like people like Richard Branson are posting here. Like, what do I even do? How do you even socialize on LinkedIn? Like, what even is this? This is so frustrating. I don't want to. This is all LinkedIn. This is why I get frustrated with LinkedIn, is because I keep landing on this page that's like, say congratulations to everyone. Is anybody like posting jobs on this? Search photography. Let's start with photography. Photography in Denver. Greater Denver area. Sure. What do you got? Let's see if LinkedIn even has like postings and stuff. What? Okay, okay. This is from BP, Culture Visual Media Specialist. Working full-time for the oil industry. Okay. But it's video production. This is video production. The creative visual media specialist will provide direct support to the L48 cultural team through the development of video and print production design to build and enhance the cultural mission of the L48 organization. So obviously I would have to Google whatever that L48 organization is and see if like you can unpack whatever that is at BP. These productions will showcase the dynamic talent of employees, key operational activities, and safety critical methods, and will bring to life the tone, strategy, and financial performance of the organization, right? So, like, you're just making BP look good, and you're making this L48 thing go. Okay. These are the qualifications. Actively drive and process the documenting of our common company mission, strategy, and goals. Okay, so you're a content creator for BP. Produce, develop, and oversee technical tasks, execute concept, produce safety videos, develop graphics or illustrations. Okay. Bachelor. Okay, so these are then the requirements. Bachelor's degree, that's what I have. 0 to 3 years of experience, so I could do that, obviously. Proficient in Microsoft and all of that. Video, photo. Have never flown a drone before, but that sounds exciting. And I can do graphic design, but it's not good. Ugh. I can't do like print design. I never fully pursued the career in it, so like I didn't really ever do it per se, you know? So I can tend to like consult on that kind of stuff, but I tend not to speak on it too often. Okay. Exceptional organizational skills that reflect the ability. Okay, so I think I could do this. You have, okay, premium. You have 3. Oh, it's okay. This is a scam. It wants me to pay for LinkedIn so it can tell me what skills I'm missing. 6 people at BP also studied at MSU Denver. Okay. And okay, so what do you do now? I save it? Okay. So I save it. It was posted 4 days ago. Okay. And I'm going to create a search alert for this. Receive daily. Yeah, sure. Not email, but mobile and desktop notification. Okay. Yeah, because I'm not going to go through daily emails. Let's see how that works. Visual content maker. Okay. Posted 14 minutes ago. This is nice. Is seeking out a visual content maker in Denver. Content maker is responsible for creating photography, video, and dynamic imagery for use on digital and social media. Yep, that's basically what I do. A candidate for this role must have a passion. Yep, yep, yep. Lighting, shooting, recording, editing, graphics, creation. Okay. Primary responsibilities, contributing to the team's content creation efforts, energy and enthusiasm, collaborating closely with community managers and content producers to plan photo shoots. Okay. So this is more like a cameraman kind of thing, camera person, because you're working with community managers and content producers. So you're not necessarily planning everything out, but you might have your hands in it and on it and around it. Shooting photos and videos, plus creating compelling imagery in both studio and location settings. Crafting effective stories through editing and animating video footage. And reusing existing source material, retouching color correction, animating digital photos appropriately, working in a partnership. Okay, so I could do this. Bachelor's degree. Okay, so I think requirements for these kind of jobs are going to be interesting to kind of, I don't know, I want to copy and paste these and kind of compare them side by side, you know? So they want a bachelor's degree from a 4-year college, university, or art school, 2 years production and post-production industry experience or training, or equivalent combination. So I could fudge my way through that. A high level of interest, participation. Yeah, social media. Yeah, duh. I do it all the time. About it. Okay, social media. Done. Check. Move everything. Ruin the audio. Demonstration of photography, video editing, graphics, and animation craft skills. Ooh, the animation one might be a little iffy. Craft expertise with post-production software. I can do that. Intrigued? Ooh, 15 people at this company studied at MSU Denver. Okay, so I'll save that. So it's interesting that just like the word photography is pulling up all of these sort of content creator jobs. And it's interesting to see how they're structured, like right off the bat, just reading those two, you can see how one, you might have a little bit more autonomy in the culture of the company compared to the other one where you are reporting to a community manager and a producer. That one sounded like maybe you're a little bit more of like a cameraman, which might not be too bad. I mean, it'd be stressful, but I don't think it'd be too stressful because maybe you just got to get your part done then, right? Trying to get used to this new haircut. Okay, graphic designer, that's not me. I'm not really doing that or pursuing that anymore. Oh, Gates Rubber is hiring, except I think they're not called Gates Rubber anymore. I think they're called Gates Corporation. And they're looking for a channel marketing manager. Let's see what this is about. Blah, blah, blah. Application-specific fluid power and power transmission solutions. Okay. What? Position summary. Oh, this one sounds boring. Boring. It's written like boring, boring. It's written not fun. Like, this is not fun. This looks like the same responsibilities as everything else, but like, is not fun. And 5 years of experience. I love that. Okay, designer. City of Golden. Oh, dang. I could go work in Golden. Okay. This is actually really interesting to me. And like, obviously, you saw my attitude around like the really corporate ones. Like, yes, I could go do it. But things like government jobs or like weird jobs at nonprofits, I think that could be a lot of fun too. So let's see what the City of Golden is up to. So they need somebody to plan, create, share, promote, and moderate branded content across social media channels, including but not limited to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. They want to enhance Visit Golden's social media presence and oh, sweet. It's like my job at the gallery where I get to go to the things to capture the content. Okay. And I have a boss with analytics. Okay. Media outlets on social media, designs, graphics. So this is basically what I'm doing. Okay. Shout out to the City of Golden for only wanting someone with an associate's degree. Like, geez, you should not have to have a bachelor's to take photos and run Twitter. God, like that. Oh, like that doesn't even make sense to me. Like, you can have an associate's degree. You can have a high school diploma. I bet there's kids in high school right now that are hustling better and harder and faster and stronger than me right now. Like, who could work for the City of Golden right out of the gate with a high school diploma, right? And like start pursuing their associates while they have this job. Like, shout out to the City of Golden for like having alternative opportunities and like different expectations. Not everyone can have a BA or a BFA and 5 years of experience right after they graduate. How do you even do that? Yep. This one is really interesting. Okay, this one's so interesting that I'm going to like Google Visit Golden right now. Visit Golden. Let's see what these guys are up to right now. Visit Golden. So if you're not familiar with Golden, it's just outside of the Denver metro area. It's a nice little staycation. The Coors Brewery is there, and they have a bunch of other kind of like touristy stuff. And you can really feel like you're in the mountains without going like too far in, which I think is what's really nice. And so let's see what they're up to, kind of. They got a nice website. They really push like the brewery tour. Okay, here's their social media link. So let's crack these open. And then I'm really interested. I saw a blog tab. I started a blog at CVA, and a lot of it was like centered around video, and then it grew into some other things. So I'm very interested to see what their blog looks like and to see what their YouTube channel looks like. So we're just kind of checking out Visit Golden right now because they have posted a job on LinkedIn, and I think it could be an interesting pursuit. And it's definitely like making me less grumpy, obviously. I think hopefully you've picked up on that. Okay, so the first thing to load is their Instagram page. They have about 400 posts. They have just about 3,900 followers, and they're following about 200 accounts. Home to world-class recreation, museums, shoppings, and Coors Brewery tours. Coors must really do a number for Golden because they're getting mentioned everywhere. Shout out to branded hashtags. We've talked about this in the past. So they have hashtag Visit Golden CO. I think it's a little long, but I think it works. It ties in with the brand and it's with everything else. And then they have visitgolden.com. Cool. And they've got some stories going, and it looks like they've got some really good posts going. And if you hover, okay, they're getting about 100 likes, and they're getting some comments. Ooh, yeah. They're getting some comments and some posts here and there are really busting through. As you guys know, I'm all about the comments. I'm not about the likes. I don't think likes are necessarily reflective of like community engagement and things like that. Um, yeah, so that's cool. And it looks like they maybe feature some other content creators. The look is kind of all over the place. I'm noticing that right now. This would definitely be an account like where I would definitely do like seasonal filters, obviously. Like the winter would be a cool filter, and then the fall would be golden, right? Like, and summer would be green and really bright and crisp. So I really think you could get away with like seasonal filters on an account like this. And so they're kind of like jumbled all over the place. Like there's a nighttime trail camera mixed in, and it doesn't look like they have a story going at all either right now. So that's interesting. I think I could work with that. That's about double the size, I would say, of the gallery account I'm working on now. So that would be nice. Twitter is popping a little bit. That's nice. But it looks like they kind of just reshare and they really have, then they're not tweeting that often. So I think there's some potential for Twitter there in their Visit Golden account. And let's see. Their Facebook. They've got really good branding. It's nice and simple and it looks like it translates well. Could maybe use some new photos, but not too bad. Where do you see like no, I want the stats for. Oh, okay. So they have like 7,000 Facebook likes. That's not bad. And they got really good reviews and things like that. So this one's really kind of tickling my fancy. So I will definitely probably be applying for this Visit Golden job. Their YouTube. Every couple of months they're uploading. I don't know. I just have this sick selfish goal of like wanting YouTube awards and YouTube play buttons and things like that. And so like just seeing like something like this where I know like Golden could be vlogging, right? Like there's no excuse for Golden not to be vlogging, at least on a weekly basis, right? Like what is going on in Golden every week. It doesn't have to be around these huge major events that normally like a lot of tourism boards are around, right? Like normally I think like a lot of stuff like that is around the major events that the tourism board plans. And I think there's a lot of, you know me, I'm big on this, like searching for the narrative in that. I think there's a lot more narratives happening in Golden that can make great YouTube content. And I think with a person in this position, they could do that. This just turned into a practice job interview. How nice is that? And I haven't like taken a break at all, and it's almost 2:30. Okay, so maybe I'll just do this anyway. Okay, so we're gonna take a break here, and we'll be back with some more information on this. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys are having fun. I'm having fun finding jobs. It's making me a lot happier, so I hope it's making you happy. Okay, we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Okay, so we're back, and I'm just kind of poking around Visit Golden because they have a job posting on LinkedIn for a similar job to what I did at the gallery and what I'm doing kind of right now. So I think that's really interesting. Their YouTube is weak. They only have 18 subscribers, and they really only have videos around major events and things like that. I'm sure the production quality is amazing if we were to watch some of these. Ooh, yeah, and they had like a major gap. We're talking about a 5-year gap without any content on their YouTube. So I really think that that could be really interesting. And before the break, I was talking about how maybe a municipality can vlog and like think about that. Like your creative space can vlog if you're at like Bit Factory or a co-working space or whatever. That space should have a marketing person who is blogging and creating content and giving voice to the space. And, you know, we've had conversations about this in the past on how you can build strategy around this. And I think Golden is doing a great job by having some of this ready to go. Let's check out their blog and then we'll move on to other things. Recent news in Golden. Okay, so it does look like they're blogging on a regular basis. They did 47 blogs last year, which means it was almost weekly, which is really good. And a lot of them were either authored by Joy Meadows or just the Visit Golden account with very few other guest authors. That's not good. I'm sure there's a lot of people in Golden who could write and tell their stories through writing and through a blog. And not very dynamic either. It looks like they're just kind of posting one photo with a blog, pretty standard. Could be more dynamic, I would think. But overall, I mean, for a city, I think that's pretty interesting that they're doing that and that they see tourist dollars attached to telling their narrative digitally, right? Like the fact that they understand that if you create content and you tell the stories of Golden, Colorado, and you have a person in the marketing sphere working for the municipality and working for the city, that could be a really good thing, and like that will drive in tourism dollars and like help the off season and what have you, and really like capture all the amazing things that are happening in Golden. I wonder what the cost of living is like up there, because that's a heck of a commute right now. But that'd be interesting. Okay, but then they're also this is interesting. I didn't look at this. The job right below the one we were just reading is for the boss of the job. Okay, and it looks like there's some alumni that work for the city of Golden. So we'll save this one too. So it looks like they got a little bit of marketing turnover. Graphic designer. What is this? Is this dying on me? No. Photography manager. Oh, UCD is hiring. Ooh, let's go check this one out. University of Colorado. Yeah, UCD is hiring a creative brand manager. Ooh. Okay, so let's read a little bit about this creative brand manager position at CU Denver, because this would be really nice. Advancing the image and reputation of the university and telling its story to key audiences. Okay. An experienced creative lead. Ooh, this might be a stretch. This might be a stretch. Okay, examples of work performed. Oh. Nice. This is like not even holding this. Here. Maybe can we scoot this and touch? Put that here. Okay. Okay. Examples of examples of work performed by this creative brand manager at CU Denver. Collaborations in establishing and evolving the creative vision, strategy, and governance of the university brand, creates concepts and executes designs, manages in-house freelance or agency designers. So this is like a level up. Okay. Cool. This is a lot of money. Wow. $57,000 to $65,000 a year. This is the first one I've seen like income listed. Okay. Yeah. This one's going to be a stretch, but I'll save it. I don't really meet the experience ones for that. And it's making me like just a little uneasy. What is this? Oh God. What is this? This has to be a scam. This has to be a pyramid scam. Mammoth marketing? There are just way too many keywords for this to like actually be a thing. They're just like hitting up any keywords that they can find. Let's Google this real quick. I'm sure something will come up. What do these guys even do? Mammoth Marketing in Aurora? Oh, got 15 more minutes on like no content from today. Wonderful. What is this? This is either great and everything I'm looking for, or literally a pyramid scheme. Don't you love that? Like they're going on trips. What do these guys do? What do you do, Mammoth Marketing? Like, what do you do? How do you make money? I'm so curious. Where did this? Man, I think I still have it copied. Yeah. Yeah, so Mammoth Marketing, they have a job that just popped up. Yeah, and again, it looks like amazing or a complete pyramid scheme. But their Facebook says they're going on trips. They're on like Parker Road close to my house. What do you do? There's so many buzzwords on this website. I'm so concerned. Okay, community of success. What do you do? At Mammoth Marketing, and you'll land much. Okay, so I'm just reading from their website. Join us at Mammoth Marketing, and you'll land much more than a job. You'll launch a career based on your goals and surrounded by a community of like-minded colleagues who share your vision of success. We all collaborate and create impact for the brands we serve and for everyone in our office as well. We are more like a family than mere coworkers. Okay. June 2016, 16, 17, 18. So they're a baby company. Ooh, Mammoth Marketing is a little startup in Aurora. Okay, this could either be really good or really bad, but it looks fun. So what do? You just like do stuff? What do you do? Coordinate and execute brand promotions. Meet and exceed client expectations. This is so vague. It says that they have multiple positions open. I don't know. This is both interesting and terrifying at the same time. But we'll feel it out. What is this? Okay. Huh. Okay. So this is a cool little job posting. It's like an indie brand that makes looks like skincare, healthcare products. They're looking for a content creator, a documenter. Yeah, so I'm exhausted. I've had it for today. It's just like an emotional roller coaster, and I just want to eat junk food and cry. Ugh. All right, thanks for listening to Creative Crunch. It's been another episode. Make sure you watch the video highlights on YouTube. Tweet me at Curtis_podcast or find me on Instagram at Curtis. Watch my stories. Get involved in my polls. Have a great day. New episodes on Wednesday. Bye. Bye, YouTube. Thanks for watching.